Hi everyone and welcome to our second KLU Goes Live. Today we're going to have a little bit of information about the PhD program. My name is Laura and I'm just going to invite here Eda to join us, and then we can better introduce ourselves and start the live. Thank you so much for joining. And I hope the connection for Eda is also working and she can see that. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So hi again. Thank you everyone for joining. My name is Laura. I just graduated from KLU and I recently joined the marketing team. And I'm very happy to be hosting different guests throughout the KLU Goes Live series. And today I have Eda with me. She's a PhD candidate at KLU, but I'll let her introduce herself, and then we go on with the questions.
Yes, perfect. I'm also very happy to be a guest in this live session. It's the second one, I think. Yes, I'm one of the PhD candidates here at KLU. I'm in my fourth year. This year is the program is here 4 years, so this year is my last year here in the program. And yeah, what else? And I'm in the marketing here. I'm doing my PhD in marketing. So we have two departments, logistics management and under management. We are a few in marketing, so I'm one of the marketing PhD students.
Okay, perfect. So last week when we announced that you're going to be the guest, we opened for questions. So we opened that our followers could already ask some questions. So I have them here with me. And maybe I will start with the one, why did you choose KLU to do your PhD program?
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get started. Okay, it was like 3 years ago, so I'm in the very beginning of my fourth year here in the program. I mean, in the beginning. I did my bachelor's in Istanbul, so I'm originally from Turkey, and then I did my master's in Istanbul. I, of course, had some international experiences. I also have been to Erasmus stay abroad. And then it was in my bachelor's. And I knew KLU already because my bachelor's university had an Erasmus agreement with KLU. But it was actually after I get graduated. But I saw some pictures from some of my friends earlier, and I was like, it could be cool actually to go to KLU. But it was not the only reason, of course, why I applied to KLU. After the master's, I searched for the PhD programs abroad, and I especially searched for the professors abroad that I could do my PhD with, because I wanted to continue with PhD. But I couldn't find, I would say, any programs that would match with what I really want to do. So I searched for the professors especially, and since my bachelor's was logistics, but in the master's I went another direction, kind of marketing direction. So I was more searching, when I liked marketing, I was more searching for marketing PhD positions. But then I found right now my supervisor here, so I got in touch with him, and then he replied, and then we had some calls. But as I mentioned, I already knew the university before, and it was also, I was a little lucky maybe about it, because my background is also logistics, and then I did marketing on top of it, and he also thought that it would be a good fit if I start doing my PhD here. And then yeah, that's how I started here.
Okay.
And yeah, now it's 3 years, so right now I'm so happy, I would say.
Nice.
I don't regret. Yeah.
Yes, that's good. Maybe lots of people sometimes they don't really know what a PhD program is, or how do you actually start a research to go into a PhD program, how you choose your topic. That was also one of the questions. So maybe you can explain a little bit what actually means to go to a PhD program, be a PhD candidate, and how do you choose your research topic? How is this process?
Yeah, so it's actually I would say there's not only one specific way that you could choose your topic in the beginning of the PhD, but there is a couple of different ways that you can choose in which topic you want to do your PhD. So, for instance, here right now I'm a scholarship PhD student, so I applied for a scholarship position, but there are some other colleagues of mine here. So some of them are doing like this company-oriented projects. So they already know in which kind of topics they are going to work on. And also there are some others, they work on there's this DFG, it's German Research Institution. So they know already they don't know specifically their topic, but they know like what kind of topic it's going to be. Or they also sometimes work in the like state-related projects. So these projects already also exist. So they also know to which kind of direction they are going to go. But for me, it was more of it was not very much defined in the beginning, I would say. But I kind of went to the same direction with maybe this was also a good way of doing a scholarship PhD, because then you don't have a specific topic and you're a little more, I would say, free to choose your topic. Not, of course, you are completely free because you have your supervisors. But then after I started, of course, you have research papers, but you have a specific topic in mind because you already did your master's and you are enthusiastic about the research, and then you have something in mind. And then when you apply to program, you also have to state that you want to do your research, and that research could be impactful because of that, because of this. And then, of course, afterwards, it develops a lot. It's a very dynamic process. But in the beginning, you need to have not very specific, but something like very broad idea. But then it develops, of course, with your supervisors. You work together, closely, and then, you decide on a specific topic.
Okay, so it's a very much a collaborative work.
Yeah, very dynamic process, I would say.
Maybe within this topic, a question came up about how a day in a life of a PhD candidate looks like. So how it works?
Okay. So there's also there's many ups and downs. I would say not every day like you are very happy. You are very happy about doing research, and you are always you don't always face with I would say good sides of the research, because there's many different stages of research, right? You first start with maybe data collection. You have to decide on a methodology, and then you want to collect the data, or you had the data already, but what you want to find out is not there. And then sometimes it can be very annoying and also very exhausting working on all this. And you have to sometimes run the analysis a couple of times, try to collect the data. Those kind of things are sometimes, I would say, could be exhausting a little bit. Also, sometimes maybe you might feel frustrated. But of course, this is also part of the research, right? Because in this way you learn how to do it better. And it's not but of course, it's a little, I would say, because I'm a scholarship student, it's a little bit, it's not very lonely, of course, but you have to do your research by your own. So I would say you also need to be able to self-discipline, self-organize yourself a little bit. Because in the other projects, for instance, my other colleagues, they sometimes have meetings. They have a couple of meetings. They can meet with their other project members and stuff. But for us,
so you kind of have to set your own deadlines and have to organize yourself, because you have your supervisor, but you don't have
and you need to be active always, and you need to approach your supervisor. I have this question, I have that question, can we meet? And definitely.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, so maybe in a summary, so in the case you did your master's, so you were already very interested in the marketing, as you said in the beginning, and you kind of knew already the direction you wanted to go. And then instead of going towards a PhD with a company or with the state, you went through the scholarship program, which then you have to do your research on your own. You have your supervisor, but yeah, okay. There was a question coming: how many PhD students are there at the moment? Do you know?
I have no idea, actually.
I don't know this information either.
You mean in the program? In the program, I think we are having more and more students each year.
Okay.
Right now, currently I do not know the specific, but it's more than 50.
Okay.
I know it's more than 50, and I heard it's gonna be even like almost 60, like 59 or something soon. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were asking in the session how many PhDs. Of course, I know how many
Yeah.
PhDs we have. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel with the research? How is it going? You said you're in the last year right now.
Maybe, yeah. I can also talk about it a little bit because we are almost 60 PhDs here, right? But still, everybody is working, I would say, in different areas.
Mm-hmm.
Like mine is marketing, but in marketing we are also not many people, so we are only 3 right now, 4, but we all work in different subjects, I would say, different topics.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, there are some people working in leadership, some people in innovation, but we like in management, most of the people do different stuff, I would say, but we also have logistics, so they have, and logistics, of course, they sometimes do similar things. They can maybe talk to each other and then maybe exchange ideas. But for us, of course, in marketing, I'm working in e-commerce. I think mention earlier. So I'm doing experiments and stuff. But in marketing, there's not much people, I would say, working like me. But in the other departments, I can go to other people and then ask, like, how you do that, how you do this. So I would say it's very, very, everybody is very helpful. And I think it's also sometimes nice because it's, if you ask people, so they are in different fields, but they still, I think their ideas are also important because they look from different point of view. So I think it's good to discuss. We also have this research seminars here. So each week we have research seminars. Sometimes PhDs present, sometimes professors, sometimes we have external guests. I also presented there a couple of times, so it's also very helpful. We get really useful feedback. I think it's nice that we have people working in different areas. Yeah.
Okay, then you can bring different perspectives and just maybe think some ideas whenever maybe you get stuck with something.
Yeah.
You just said that you are doing in the e-commerce. Maybe you want to tell a little bit exactly what's your research about?
Yeah. So I'm collecting data. So I'm doing experiments and I'm searching for, I would say, customer behavior in e-commerce, electronic commerce. Like one of my projects is a little bit about, not maybe in very much detail, but it's like we are searching for the drivers of customers' channel choice in online shopping. And in the second one, I'm working on the last mile logistics providers. So it's a little bit, again, logistics, but like the management side more, I would say. Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, for instance, last project I presented in the seminar here, so there were many logistics people and I got lots of feedback. And they look from the operation side, but we are also, of course, looking from the marketing side. So there were very fruitful discussion, I would say. So yeah, I really like the research environment here.
Okay, nice. A question came and maybe I will answer, but then give it to you. So if you do some teaching, and I can say yes, because you were my teacher with SPSS. So yes, I was actually in a class of yours, but maybe you can tell a little bit more how it works that the PhD students also teach some classes.
Yeah. As part of the PhD program, we have to teach, of course. Yeah, we have the PhD program, but it's not pure research. So we take some courses and we also have to teach. So this, maybe also I can mention a little bit about it. So these courses, you can also go abroad. So we have quite generous research budget, I would say. And we take some courses. So we should take some courses here at KLU. They are mandatory courses, but we also go to some countries abroad, and then we can also take some courses there and network a little bit. This is one part, but we also have the teaching. And teaching is, we have to teach like 100 contact hours, I would say, but maybe this is not gonna be very clear here, but still, at least maybe 1-2 courses and 1-2 bachelor's master's thesis supervision, I would say. And yeah, I taught one course. It was a SPSS course, and it was nice. It was fun, and it was also like hands-on course. So it was a program course, and we had to apply together everything we learned in the course. So sometimes, yeah, we also teach tutorials, like we
Okay.
support the professors with the tutorials, and yeah, we get some credits. But I would say the teaching credits or teaching requirement here is not as much as the other universities. Like for instance, I know here some public universities, they have lots of teaching. Sometimes because of teaching, they cannot find time for research. But
Okay.
here, I would say it's. I think it's totally fine for us, and this teaching hours 100, and it's throughout 4 years, so it's not only 1 year 100. I would say
Okay.
so. I think it's quite okay. Yeah.
So you
So
still get lots of time to do your own research, which that's
yes,
the main
definitely,
point.
and I think it's also part of research. That's what I also really like, because you interact with the students, and then you also see, because if you wanna stay in academia, then that will be also part of what you are doing.
Oh
So
yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Okay. So that's very, let me see. I have another question that also came when we did the questions. Maybe this one it came from a former PhD colleague of yours. What is the best PhD office at KLU?
Yeah. I know who asked the question, so I cannot answer this maybe very objectively. I will be a little biased, but yeah, our marketing office is very nice. I would say. I'm not saying the other offices are not bad. Everybody is cool here. People are really nice, very helpful. If you knock on the doors, everybody talks to you. But yeah, our marketing office, I would say, maybe.
Yeah. And maybe just one more question with regards to choosing the topic and everything. Do you think that now you are in your last year, do you think that through this journey of the 4 years, you thought about if you chose the right topic, the lows and ups and downs, or you always had really said that that was your best decision of the topic? How does this work? Because I remember doing a bachelor thesis, which is like 3 months, is a very short, and sometimes it was very stressful. So I can imagine 4 years of research, this can also happen.
Yeah, for me, yeah. I think maybe I was quite lucky with the topic selection, because for me it worked, at least till now, because yeah, like we submitted our first paper and we just recently got revision, for instance. But of course, you still, even if you write the paper and even if you send it to a journal, you got the feedback, and then you need to make lots of changes in this paper still. So yeah, you have something in mind, but of course, yeah, with your supervisors, it changes a little bit. But of course, also with the contribution of the reviewers, then in the journal, it changed a lot. And but still, I don't. I would say it didn't change much for me.
Okay.
And I didn't really hear any project here that they completely changed the whole project or whole topic. So they had something in mind. Yeah, sometimes of course it didn't go as how they planned, but you do maybe some minor changes, and then you send it to somewhere. And I think it usually works. So I never heard of anyone, yeah, it's not gonna work like this project, so I'm gonna start from scratch and do something else. So I guess, yeah. So for me,
well, that's good.
yeah, of course it would also be like, yeah, for me, yeah, I would say it worked, but it could also be like, yeah, you maybe need to do more changes, right? So it could take also more time, because maybe the data you collected, it's not gonna be like as how you wanted. But then still, you have your advisors that can advise you how to continue, or because you also have a limited time, right? So it's 4 years. So you are not alone. I mean, in this whole PhD journey. So they're also like, yeah, maybe we need to go that direction or this direction. You don't get what you want to get out of the data or research. Yeah.
So you get some guidance in case you need to change a bit of a direction, or as you said, the data is not really in the side you thought it would be, so you need to look from different perspective.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And maybe just as a last question, how is now the end of it? How does the process work to finalize your research?
so it never finishes, right? You never finalize it. So it's very dynamic, because even if you're in your last year, yeah, we all experience it here, but it's never done. I mean, if you did not publish the paper yet, so it's still, you get revision and then work on the revisions. So even if you submit your thesis, still you could work on the papers. But I would say, so here there is a requirement, like we have to have 3 publishable papers, and at least one of your papers. So there could be, so maybe people are not familiar, but there could be rejection, major revision, minor revision. So
Okay.
at least, and we have a KLU journal list. Maybe we did not mention this, but here, so they are not strict, but they want you to publish high quality papers, right? So also the professors here, they have quite quality papers, and they also expect from us to publish high quality papers, and we have KLU journal list. So there we have A+ journals, A journals, at least from like A+ journals, you need to get major revision, I would say, and then you are good to go, kind of. But still you have the other papers to work on, and if you stay in academia, you will of course maybe continue working on your papers, but then many of our colleagues also go to consulting, and some others take over the papers. But yeah, this is the requirement here.
It's a very ongoing process.
Very ongoing. But as I said, the first requirement is like having at least one good paper that you can revise and then resubmit again.
Okay. Oh, I see someone saying hi in the chat. Hi. And maybe one question that came here. What is your plan for when you're done with your PhD?
Yeah, this is also, I'm in my last year, but I don't have concrete plans yet. It's always hard, right? Maybe for you it was also not very easy to decide. I don't know. Because there's lots of possibilities or lots of opportunities maybe you can consider in the end. But for me, I still have one more year. I'm a little bit like, I think, decide maybe, right now I'm thinking about staying here in Germany.
Okay.
At least that I know. But it also depends on the staying in academia, depends a little bit on the papers, how the papers are going on.
Okay.
So I will maybe decide on staying in academia if there is an opportunity to stay, or maybe I'm also thinking about maybe searching something, maybe it could be consulting or maybe research department in one of the companies, but I have not decided completely.
Yeah, I mean, still have a year to go, still have lots of research to finish, and I think it will come with the time. But I mean, I think that was a very nice chat, and I was able at least to get a very good overview of how the PhD program works, how it is the process behind it. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
I really enjoyed a lot, and maybe we could not answer all these questions here. And I also mentioned I'm in marketing, but maybe some people wants to learn more about it, right? About the program or about the departments or about like maybe want to talk to people in the logistics. I think they can just reach out to people because everybody is very helpful. Everybody is open to answer questions.
Yes,
so if
definitely.
they have further questions, they can just reach out to
whoever. Definitely. You have your contacts on the PhD page, and if they have questions, they definitely can reach out to you. And today you brought a bit of the management side, so the marketing side, and for everyone that's watching and maybe you want to hear also the logistics side, we'll have a colleague of yours from the logistics side as a guest. It will be announced the date, but then we can show both sides of research. But I'm happy that you have joined us as a guest and share all these nice insights into the PhD program. And as you said, if they still have questions, they can reach out and still go on with this nice chat. But thank you everyone that joined, that took the time. We hope that you now understand more about PhD program. Maybe you are thinking about starting a PhD, so that was maybe a good insight to you. So I would say bye to everyone. If you're in Germany, have a nice evening. If you're anywhere else, I hope you have a nice day.
Thank you for having me. I also enjoyed a lot, and definitely there will be some other PhDs joining too.
Definitely. Okay, thank you everyone.
Perfect.
Bye.
Thanks so much.